This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. Today's episode is all about short-term income generation. Now, there are going to be times where you just need to bring cash into your business. You need that short-term cash injection. And the quickest and easiest way to do that is to actually see what your audience needs right now. So there's no point in trying to sell them something, whether it's a product or a service, that actually isn't going to help them in their current situation. So that means that you need to understand exactly what support they need, the result that they're trying to create right now. And it's all about having the right product at the right time for the right people. It doesn't mean that you can't offer things at other times or packaged up in a different way. But if you're marketing your services and it's not going to resonate with your audience, they're just not going to buy from you. So in order to have the best possible success and the potential for you to have that cash injection, that income generation in the short term, we need to look at exactly what your clients are needing right now so that you can provide the solutions, and you can then really market to your audience with those products, with those services and those offers that you can create for them. So as part of that, content creation and how to engage with your hot and warm audience is really important. And that can sometimes feel a little overwhelming, especially if it's something that is new to you. So if you're wanting cash injection, and you want cash right now, like literally tomorrow, the next day, and in the next few days. And this isn't something that you're going to do on a really regular basis, but actually sometimes, I don't know, there might be a tax bill to pay, there might be something that's happened in your house, and you just need to kind of refill that pot. Or even if you're just getting to the end of the month and you want to hit that goal. So if you've got that kind of need for cash right now, then I would really recommend that you're actually setting some time aside every single day to focus on cash making activities, money making activities, ideally at the start of the day, because if that is your goal, that is going to be your number one focus right now. So if you need money to come in, you need to make sure that you've got the time to focus on those activities that are actually going to bring you that short-term cash injection. Kind of makes sense. But we're so good at prioritizing other things and fitting other things in as well. So starting with your ideal clients, we need to understand their needs. We've all got different people that we want to work with, and that is amazing. So you're all in different industries, on different niches. We're all different. We all love to work with different types of people. So we've all got different and unique experiences and expertise. And when you're looking at how you can bring money in quickly, this isn't about who you think you should be working with. This is about who you want to work with. So it comes to reason, stands to reason, right? That you want to be fulfilled in whatever it is that you're doing. So don't sell yourself short and go completely into hustle mode when you're trying to offer something to bring in that cash. Because if you start attracting the wrong people or people that you don't want to work with or you're not going to enjoy working with, then you're actually not going to be happy in your work. That makes sense again, right? So the ideal client is someone who you want to work with. And in order to generate that short-term income, it's really important that we understand what those clients need right now, because then we can put together the right solutions for them, specifically for them. Because when you focus on your warm and your hot audience, they're the people that are going to give you the highest potential to sell and to make money because they already know, like, and trust you. So when you're thinking about your current audience, what I would really love for you to do, and you can grab a notebook, grab a piece of paper, write down as many problems as you think they have going on for them right now. What are they struggling with? What are they worried about? What support do they need? The more detail that you can go into, the more that you can provide a service and a product in a way that is going to suit them and help solve your problem of needing the cash coming in. So go into detail around those problem areas. Think about exactly what it is that they need. Perhaps describe their version of hell. Make sure you're talking about it in their words. What is it that they're currently experiencing? What is going on for them? Really get into the emotion of this. And if you're feeling a little bit stuck on this right now, your audience are your best source of content and ideas. So you might want to ask your audience some questions to really understand what's going on for them, whether that is conversations with them in an in-person perspective, online, whether it's through social media. Think about the emotions that they're using. Think about the or that they're feeling. Think about the words that they're using, because when we can really tap into it, when we can really understand what it is that's going on for them, that richness of language, that's what's going to create the connection with them. That's what's really going to create the emotional connection when we do our marketing content, because then they're telling you how they're feeling. You can actually reflect that back in the language that you use, and you're using their words to go back to them in your social media content, your emails, your blogs, etc. People buy on emotion. In fact, most purchase decisions are based on emotion. So if we can talk to people in a really emotional way, we can really connect with them, we can build that relationship with them. And once you've thought about their version of hell and how they're feeling right now and the real pain points they're in, then you can think about their version of heaven. So for this, consider what it would look like. How would they describe it? How would they describe where they want to go, where they want to get to, the results they're looking for, the transformations? How do they want to feel? What would their ideal solution look like? Again, go into depth on this, write some notes, think about the emotional language that they're using, because again, we can mirror that back to them. And when we do this, then it comes across like we're really empathizing with them, which of course you are, but you're utilizing their language to showcase that you do. So you can show them that inspiration, that aspiration, that version of hope, as well as you being the right person to really help them. Because you're understanding how they're feeling right now, but you also understand how they want to feel. And we can do that by asking our audience how they're feeling, get to use their language. And once you've got super clear on what their problem is, you can then put together that solution. So we now know what the audience is, where they want to get to. You're the expert. So you actually know what they need. So they're going to tell you what they want. You know what they need because you're the expert. So you can then really put together that product, that service, that offer that is going to help them solve their problem and achieve the result that they're looking for. So you can then map out what that's going to look like. It might be something that you already have, that you already offer within your portfolio. It might be that you need to adapt something slightly. So remember, it's about the solution that your audience needs right now, not just what you want to promote. So if it's a service, think about the content, think about the duration of the package, the pricing, how you can deliver it, the format, all of that becomes really important. And then if it's a product, something physical, think about how that's going to work. Again, what's the pricing? How are you going to package it up? Maybe there are, I don't know, some juicy bonuses. Maybe there's some added value that you can give to really, really help solve their problem. A reminder as well that if it is a short-term income generation that you really need money coming in right now quickly, then it's about putting something out there that your audience needs right now. So once you've got your ideal solution, you've got your product, you've got your service all packaged up, you've got an idea of what to price it at, we need to then engage with your hot leads to buy that product or that service. Now, by hot audience, I mean those people that are either ready and waiting to buy from you, or they're just on that tipping point that they're so close to buying and being that paying client. So if you've got a social media audience, you've already got a group of people that have opted in to follow you, to see your content. So that means they're already on that pathway to purchase. Similarly, if they're on your email list, they've opted in to receive content from you. So you're nurturing them, you're giving value, you're doing that in a really consistent way, in a way that speaks to them. So if we think about our audience, we can actually split that into three main sections. You've got your cold, your warm, and your hot. Your warm and your hot audience are the ones that are most likely to buy from you. They know you more than the people who are cold, who have just come into your world. So if you need to bring money in quickly, you want to be engaging with those people who are in that warm and hot space. And we can do that through your content, whether that is email marketing, social media content, as well as personal outreach. So let's take a look at each of those individual ways and let's see how we can actually make this happen. So starting with your email marketing, emailing your list should always be part of your marketing strategy, regular marketing strategy, not just when you have something to sell. So you want to be engaging with them, you want to be giving them value, you want to be giving a bit of an insight into your behind the scenes, what's going on for you as in your life, as well as helping them with what's going on. So really building that relationship, that like, know, and trust factor. And that's really important because we want to build that relationship. We don't want to be just selling all the time. So when you're sending those value-based emails, you're not just sending that newsletter or an email when you've got something to sell. So you want to think about maybe including a link or some tips that's going to give them some extra value. And whether that is something downloadable, maybe it's an audio guide, maybe it's video, something else that gives them more value. You might even want to invite them to join your community. So, if you've got a Facebook group, invite them to join that, give them more value, think about ways that you can give more value and more tips to those people. Maybe it's about inviting them to follow you on Instagram where you're sharing tips, because the more value you give them, they're much more likely to not just get to know you, but they're much more likely to trust you and then buy from you. Because they know that when you do email them or you do connect with them, you're not just there to try and sell to them every single moment. So, in those times that you need to bring money in and put out a quick short-term offer, take a look at who's opening those emails. Maybe drop them a personalized message and make sure that you are following up with everybody who is clicking on those links and opening your emails. Those are the ones that are ready to buy. So send them a personalized message, send them a direct message, a voice note, or even an email if you're not connected with them on social media. That makes sure that it's personalized, because that's when your connection is going to be stronger. That's when they feel like they want to know you. Next up, social media community. So you might have heard of the phrase posting then ghosting. This is where you share amazing content, but then you go on to ignore those people who are engaging or commenting on your posts. Now, not only does commenting enable you to build your reach, but actually more comments, so your response, obviously is going to increase the likelihood of your post being shown to other people. So it's not just about connecting, it's about building those relationships with your audience. So, if they feel ignored, and they feel like you're not responding to their comments, they're just not going to bother engaging in the future. And they might even assume this is how you're going to treat your paying clients in the future. So if you don't engage with them, if you don't reply to their comments, they might well assume that that's how you're going to treat them if they become a paying client. So build that relationship with them now, as that's going to nurture them until they're ready to buy. Take that conversation a little bit further. So if they're replying to you, then we need to show off our best self. We want to be able to recognize that people want solutions. They want positivity. They want that inspiration. So taking the time to find out a little bit more about them, engaging with them, building that relationship with them, just in the same way that, if you're having an offline conversation, you meet someone on the streets and a friend, you wouldn't just walk off mid-sentence. So really thinking about that when you're doing that online world conversations, those networking pieces, those building the relationships. Some of the things that you could do is asking questions to your audience, making sure that you're answering every single comment. Maybe it's, I don't know, doing some live tips videos. Top tips always work really well, especially if you've asked a question of what people need support with, and then you go into sharing some social media content or a video that directly relates to the answers that they've given. It helps make sure that if you've got a social media community, that you're welcoming new members, asking them what they need support with, and then you're giving them content that is related to that. People like to feel valued. They also love to share their opinions. So make sure that you are engaging with them, that you're building that relationship with people as well. Being able to sell in the short term actually comes from building a relationship previous to that. So if you keep pushing all your offers all the time without relationship build, or without value giving, people are going to switch off and you'll end up pushing them away. So linked to this, and also as a reminder to not forget to reach out to your existing network, because it's often that area that's overlooked, isn't it? Quite often we think about when we need to bring money in, then we need to get new clients in, meaning that actually we might really overlook an amazing client base that is in our world already. So these are your hot audience, thinking about your existing network, your friends, your family as well. They can really very quickly result in some sales. So think about your existing network. Who could you reach out to, as well as reaching out to existing client relationships, or perhaps even contacting past or lapsed clients? Maybe it's contacting those who have previously shown an interest, but weren't quite ready when you were having that previous conversation. Even thinking about your peers, your colleagues, your business besties, they might be in a similar industry to you, and there might be some opportunities for you to do some collaborations. So asking to collaborate, to be the guest expert or share some value into your audience or into their audience, can work brilliantly if you want to tap into similar like-minded and trusted audiences. You might even build that relationship so good with who you're collaborating with that they're happy to share your offer into their world as well. But as I said, don't forget your personal network. Don't assume that those people aren't necessarily ready to buy from you or are never going to be your ideal client because you're friends with them. They might also know somebody who is actually needing what you offer. So it might not be those direct people, it might be somebody else. So sharing something on your personal page, on social media can be really, really beneficial for this. And don't forget the follow-ups. Don't forget to check in with people. Let them know that you've got a new offer or a new product or a new service, especially if you think they would be perfect for it. Remember not to keep selling at them. Engage with them, building that all-important relationship, checking in with them, because things change, right? Like things might have changed from a couple of months ago when you last spoke to them. Just because they said no before doesn't mean they're going to say no again. And things have changed, as I said, the world keeps changing. So where they were a couple of months ago, they might not have been in a place to buy from you, but that doesn't mean that they're not in a right space to buy from you now. We obviously, the world has changed a lot. It's changed a huge amount over the past couple of years. So things have probably changed for them. People's needs have changed. People's wants have changed. And their ideal solutions might even have changed. So you can be there to be that expert to help them right now. Another thing to think about as your network is referrals. So asking people and saying to them, do they know anywhere else that might be able to help? Making sure that you come at it from a point of care so that, yes, you're the expert and you can help people, and asking them if there's someone that they know that would benefit from what it is that you're offering. So lots and lots of things that I have talked about and lots of things to think about when you're trying to bring in that short-term income. But one caution is that we don't want to come across as desperate. I don't want you to go into hustle mode. We still need to be there to nurture them. We still need to position ourselves as offering value. So really thinking about that when you're trying to bring money in, holding that mindset. And a way to overcome this and a way to kind of help create this is creating a deadline for people to buy your offer, and perhaps add some juicy bonuses that makes it a complete no-brainer for them to buy, especially when you get your content right, your messaging right, and you position that in a way that people need this offer and why they need it right now. So hopefully some tips there that I've shared today will help you. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear some feedback. So please do leave a review or add a comment and your thoughts, and I will see you on the next podcast. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. You can get a copy of my best-selling book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business, over on my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. In there, you'll find practical advice, useful tools, and real actionable steps to help you be your best self and build a wildly successful business with ease so that you can create a limitless life in the way that you choose.